Hello, we're going to be doing a different form of the video today. We're going to be watching the draft that I did and then just do a quick summary of the games that were played afterwards.
Didn't see a door,
It
so
was
I
a
let
very
myself
interesting
in.
draft, especially with the pick 2 Kaya, pick 1 useless, but I forgot just how few artifacts there really were in this set for Karn to grab when I windmill slammed him like that. It's definitely a good set. I didn't get to draft this either in person or on Arena before this because I was way out of Arena at the time, and then once I got back into Magic, War of the Spark was gone. Well, once I got back into Arena Magic, once I was still playing paper Magic, and I did draft it a few times in paper, but not as much as I really wanted to. Although, one fascinating thing I did find about this set was the sheer amount of, how do I put it, just the number of non-mechanical mechanics in the set. Like there's no overarching themes that really felt prevalent besides, hey, you can go every color proliferate, or you can go blue, black, red, amass. And other than that, you're just playing a game of Magic with bad creatures. I think that is one of the things that I've noticed, though. After drafting a lot of Theros and then a lot of Ikoria, the creatures in War of the Spark seem bad. Like, there's no two ways down the road. They're just... Some of them are okay, but most of them are not that great. Oh yeah, Soren too. It was
stop this fight.
It was a very happy pick. Yeah, doubled up with a Wrath. This is when I just dumped green entirely. If you guys think I should have stayed green, just let me know. You know, write a comment. Your argument for staying green as opposed to going all in on black, white, red. This one, yeah, Divine Arrow seemed like a really fun pick here. And Obnoxious is, it's good, but thank you. Hey, I'm talking here, buddy. Yeah, playing with Obnoxious. I know that most often the proper play is kill your opponent's crap with it, but it really, in practice, it doesn't feel like it's as game breaking as it actually should be. More often than not, I play a more conservative game, so giving my opponent 2 cards to kill a 3/3 does not feel like a way to win a game of Magic. If you can kill a creature, swing, then kill another creature, and kill your opponent, that's the only time that card, to me, is worth the slot in your deck. Yeah, I didn't even play the Prismite, let alone the green creature I would have taken over it. But yeah, let's just look at this. Look at this mess. 5 mana 4/4, 5 mana 5/4, 4 mana 1/5, 4 mana 4/1. Yeah. The design philosophy of creatures changed right after this set, and they started really pushing creatures with Throne of Eldraine. So just, yeah, I got really spoiled drafting later sets than this, because yeah, none of this felt okay. This whole thing was just like, what pile of... And then I get a flyer. Like, this set is this set is all kinds of weird because it really does feel like one of those sets where you draft flyers because the flyers in the set are so bad that no one's going to go designated flying. But on top of that, you're going designated bad creatures. Like the best common flyer in the set is a 5 mana 3/4 vanilla. Well, best common flyer. That, I think, is probably one of the best flyers in the set, and I was real happy to see it. Yeah, this is where I seriously committed to just going the 3 colors. But I needed more bodies here, which is why I took it, and I didn't want to take a Soren's Thirst in 3 colors. I'm already committing to the not Soren's Thirst colors with Feather right there. And yeah, like I said, I was real happy to see that 3/4 for 5 mana. Man, this set's just weird to look at now. It really does make me wonder about... I mean, I imagine being a tapper. I still stand behind the tapper over the Heartfire, because the tapper is real good, and if you stay to the end, you'll see a lovely game where 2 of those things wreck my face. But yeah, now that it really makes me wonder, when they printed this set, people complain endlessly about how overpowered and wild the planeswalkers are. I mean, Jace has gone on to become the combo deck of Pioneer. Narset and Karn both had to be restricted in Vintage. You got to be doing something real wrong to get restricted in Vintage. And yeah, there's been calls to ban the 3 mana Teferi ever since it was printed. I just don't understand how they could have made the most ridiculous planeswalkers you can imagine and then follow that up with the worst creatures. It boggles the mind. So this is the deck I ended up with. It seems pretty good. I got a bunch of flyers and some early ground creatures. Not as much removal as I would have liked, but this is what we ended up with. So I started out the series and I got a quick opponent, and okay, so not just and of course my opponent's going first.
Of course!
It's actually not that bad a hand though, because I can get the Feather pretty quickly, but if I get a Plains, but you know what they say about praying for anything in Magic.
But we can't expect God to do all the work.
So my opponent starts with a mountain, and I luck top deck a 1-drop. Not a bad play. So yep, I speed this up because he's wasted so much time between plays. Plays a Gilded Globe, and I top deck another good spell. Drop a 2-drop. Swing in to do some real damage. He sacks the Gilded Globe and plays a bear. And I top deck a land because I'm a champ like that. Play the Spark Reaper and just let him go. He then proceeds to play a Gideon, because of course he got a Gideon. But then, you know, just pluses it on the bear and does nothing. He spends a lot of time to plus the bear and do nothing with it. So yeah, just skipping that part. Tap the bear, drop the Gideon down, get it down to 1, and I got a good plan to wipe it right off the board until yep. So he drops a Jaya. TLDR version, I sacrifice my 2/2, swing into the Gideon to take it off the board, and I top deck the Plains to play Feather. And played it. So yeah, TLDR of game 1, I dropped 2 unanswered 3/4s and kick his ass. So it's my second opponent, and of course they're going first again. So, uh, yeah, Recovery Sphinx on Elite Guild Mage was pretty spicy, but Kaya had something to say about that. uh, yeah. Then he proceeded to Teferi's Time Twist the Guild Mage because, of course, he didn't get enough value out of it the first 2 times. Although a flyer and an unlikely aid certainly put a stop to that crap, because we don't need him value towning it even more. So now I got 2 flyers against a crocodile and a 7/6, and a lot of ground to cover. So we do a very non-beneficial block to take out the crocodile, get myself a little zombie, and another crocodile. So I proceed to trade my board for his board, which I guess is okay with me. And his 5/6 is no match for 2 flyers and a tapper. Sit back and watch him explode. And that's 2-0. Alright, so I'm going to keep this hand because it has 4 lands and at least 2 of my colors and a 3-drop. And of course I'm not going first because of course I'm not. But a lucky 1-drop on turn 1 will really help later on in the game. So we're going to play a Planeswalker here because people are apparently really afraid of Planeswalkers, even if they're not going to win immediately. So I love this play right here because anytime you can target your opponent's stuff with a pump spell, the game warns you, are you sure you want to do this? Like you're dumb. And that's really fun. The kid gloves you. Let's leave Feather on top so we can draw it next turn and Solar Blaze.
Yay! And now we wait.
Come on. Do it. What you got? Come on. You got nothing. Anytime now.
Today, Junior?
To be fair, he actually did have a decent play, putting 2 +1/+1s on Mowu and letting it live, and I don't have a second planes to play Feather. So Sunblade Angel it is, and we're gonna say goodbye to Sorin, cause that's the end of that. He plays a 6/5, and I'm at 33, and he's at 9. I'm in no hurry. And we top deck the second planes for Feather. So now he's in real trouble, because we got a tapper for his 1 flyer, and when we remind him of that, he gently concedes.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
And that makes 3-0 for the match. So this game seems pretty good. I got Feather, and I got my 2/3. I could just drop the 2/3 as a blocker, and I mean, except for that, certainly not gonna go into that mess. Drops a Thunder Drake, and I'm like, alright, let's just run out Feather. This will be great. This is a lot of fun. Come on. But yeah, of course. That's what happens to that. Oh, come on. Yep.
And there was much rejoicing.
But I decided to come back with a little bit of critters of my own. I purposefully did not drop the 3/2 and then Samet's charge it, because I wanted my opponent to think he could still win the race and still overcommit his board. So I played it afterwards. And then dropped into 1 because he played right into my hands. The sweet taste of victory. Almost, because it drops into 1. Also, I wanted the plus and plus 1 counter on that. I scried the first land away, and then I remembered I need an 8th land in order to drop the 2-1 with haste and remove his blocker. But I also wanted him to commit more of his board. He drops Aven Eternal, and I just sit there praying he doesn't have a second spell. And he doesn't! That's the win for me. Which means I get up to Diamond. Ooh. But don't worry about that.
Then it's
all downhill from here.
like Yamcha.
I do not know what this Yamcha is, but it sounds disappointing.
So we're at 5 in a row of my opponent going first. This whole match was just a comedy of errors. I at least got to keep a 7, but as you'll quickly see, I play a 2-drop and he burns it. I play a 3-drop and he plays a creature and I have to trade with it. How fun. I attack, he blocks. I mean, I figured I'll stabilize, and then Nissa.
Will not fail.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Yeah, you don't beat Nissa. It resolves and you just die. That's really what the text box should say for that card. Oh, that was ugly. So, here we are, game 6, and again, my opponent's going first. 6 in a row. Also, this hand is completely unkeepable. Oh look, I get a different 6-drop to keep. Ooh, but at least the hand looks semi-decent. I mean, but then I also drew 3 more non-lands the entire game. And my opponent's an aggro deck, so that really didn't work as well as I thought it would. I figured at least I can block his 2-2 with my Sunblade Angel, use the lifelink to stay in the game, then use Sorin to revive the 1/1 first strike.
Arrowed! Ow, my skin!
Like I was saying, I had no plan. That just went poorly. We did it. 7 games straight of my opponent going first. The only real highlights of this match were me playing Obnixilis and hitting my own creature and having the game incredulously ask me, am I sure? Well, I need the draw and I don't care because I got Solar Blaze, but it top decks the Nahiri Stoneblades to completely wipe out my opponent's board with Solar Blaze. But again, I cast the Stoneblades to hit his stuff. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Come on.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Yes, I am. And Solar Blades proceeds to clean his board, but then he also kills my tapper. And, well, the game ended up with him having a tapper and a land. Yeah. Basically, I needed anything but a land in order to win. And that's 4-3. What a mess.